Hi, today I'm going to be making hummus. This is a recipe that I learned from a Syrian man that I worked with in Nazareth. And this is a nice, easy recipe you can do in a small batch and actually serve it in the same container. So I start with a mortar and a pestle, and I'm pretty much going to do everything here. So I took my chickpeas, I soaked them overnight, and then I cooked them in a pressure cooker. You can tell that when they're cooked, they're going to be extremely soft. This is how they need to be. That's going to make the difference between creamy hummus and hummus that's grainy. That's why you should really cook the chickpeas instead of using a canned chickpea. You're never going to get a creamy hummus if you use a canned chickpea. So start with garlic. Just going to peel that and throw most of that clove. That was kind of a large clove, so let's start with one clove. And a half teaspoon of salt. Start by mashing that. So the nice thing about this is it's very easy to do a small batch. So once I get that garlic mashed up, I'm going to add our 1 cup of cooked chickpeas and 1/4 of a cup of tahini. I'm going to start to mash that. There's a lot of different types of hummus, including a bunch of American versions. What I like about the Syrian version is it has a lot of tahini and it's very lemony. It's delicious. So I just start by getting this mashed together. Then we're going to add some lemon juice. And you can add water, but I like to add some of the cooking liquid from the beans because that has a lot of the flavor of the chickpeas. So we're not going to dilute that flavor at all. However, if you are cooking your chickpeas with baking soda, which a lot of people do to help speed the process up, that's a 1/4 cup. Don't use the cooking liquid if you're using baking soda. Has too strong of a flavor. So you can see it's nice and chunky. But still creamy since we cooked the chickpeas enough. But this gives it a really nice, unique texture. So for serving, I like to serve it in the same container. And I top it with olive oil. And a little more of this mixture. This is just lemon and garlic. This gives a really nice contrast of flavors. That creamy olive oil and then the lemon and garlic. Sometimes I'll add serrano pepper into here to add just a little bit of spice. So kind of serve it separate on the table and people can help themselves to that. And there you have a home-style Syrian hummus.